Let's talk about Bard.
Bard. I'm pretty excited for
All
him.
right. This guy is basically Santa.
Yeah.
Is what I was saying. I ruined our first take of this show by talking. He wears a big red suit and he just has a big white beard head and he runs around and he has bells.
In a way, I
right?
could see that, like Studio Ghibli's Santa Claus.
Yeah?
Yeah.
He's got that kind of Studio Ghibli vibe with that little mask. He's kind of big.
I mean, like, I don't even think he has a face. I just like
No.
it's just like this like orb thing that hovers on the front of his
He's a
head.
celestial, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a celestial. So basically, he doesn't. He's not really like a being.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Oh, that's what that was. That league had the site with like there was like the night sky and
Yeah.
like all those poems or whatever. That's
That's for the
Bard
Bard.
was that.
So that
Okay,
popped up last
okay.
week, and it was just like all it was like a couple people sitting around this fire, and it just had this like ambient like outdoor noise playing, and it had a couple like passages that they
Peaceful.
wrote.
I forgot it was on and I was working. I was like, oh yeah, this is nice.
There's like that thing.
Why don't I want
There's
to
like that
murder
thing where
people?
you a website where it just plays rain, like in
Yeah.
the background.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Have you heard the? We're gonna go off and we're gonna swerve right back onto the road real quick.
Yeah.
Okay. The humming from the Starship Enterprise.
Yes.
You can just have that on loop for like
Yeah.
hours.
My friend
it's just-
Gretchen would always like have that on when she was animating because she was like
It's so
she loved Star
good.
Trek that much. She was like, yeah, it just calms me. Yeah, but Bard. Tell me about Bard, Kyle.
I like him. I like his utility. Big support player, obviously.
Mobile support.
Mobile support. Well, I just mean me myself. I love playing
Mobile.
support. And his sustain, what he's gonna bring to team fights, is just gonna be incredible.
There's so many awesome potential with all of his abilities. I think he used in so many different situations. Whether you're trying to escape, you're trying to push, you're starting a team fight.
Let's run down all his stuff.
Yeah, so his passive is called Traveler's Call. And what that does is think of it like Thresh when he kills minions or champions. They drop these things called souls, and he can pick them up and he gains bonuses from them. But that's usually like only in the lane.
Mm-hmm.
You can. This champion is built so you're supposed to be wandering. Like he's called like the wandering caretaker, which is like very aptly named because his kit is entirely that. So you're wandering around the jungle and like there'll be a little like a meep as they're called, and you pick it up and
I thought you get little totems or something,
It's
then
a
you
chime.
spawn a
It's-
meep.
it's a
Yeah,
chime.
you
The chime is what you
A
collect.
chime-
and then the
Yeah.
meeps come to you because you
meeps
have the
come to
chimes.
you.
right.
So
You
cute.
get the
Right.
chime to get the meeps.
Cuteness overload. That's funny.
So
Yeah.
he wants to be roaming around the map.
Yes.
Yep.
And then what about the rest of his kit makes that beneficial for him to roam?
So
Both of us like,
I think he has one of the most diverse kits in the entire game. So his Q is pretty simple. Think of it like Windrunner's Shackle Shot, where
Okay.
like if it hits something, it will if it hits one thing, it will go through it and it will slow it. But if it hits another thing, whether that be a wall, the remnants of a turret, a minion, another champion, it will stun both of them for a short duration. So instantly, like it's a skill shot that's really really good. Like if you're positioning right, you can just like straight up, it's like easy stun.
Okay.
Caretaker
is
Shrine.
Yeah, Caretaker Shrine. If you've played ARAM, it's like those little like
Little
relics.
health-
I think they're called relics there.
Yeah, the little platforms with the little floating health
Gotcha.
pots or whatever you want to call it. He drops them, and after a certain amount of time, it'll power up. And if you walk over it, you'll pick up a heal. I actually don't know.
So you can get the heal right away.
Oh.
But the longer
Right.
it is on the map, the more health you will regain by picking it up.
And you also gain speed.
You also gain speed.
So two things. Does it have charges?
I think you can have up to 3 on the map.
Well, I mean each of them. So when one is down and you run over it,
It is consumed. So
Okay,
it
so-
is
okay.
it is
One
done.
time
basically
It's a
what I
one
meant.
use.
Yes.
Yes. And
So
you
you
can have
can
up to
drop it.
depending on I think the level of the skill, you can have up to 3.
I'm trying to think of like applications
the
where
team fight synergy.
Or you
Let's
can
see-
have it drop it behind you, like while you're wandering around, drop it just behind a tower. Like if this
Yep.
lane's going poorly,
Yeah.
just drop it behind so that person can escape
I
and
guess
gain
my
health
question
on the way
is
out.
how long does it take to charge up to its max heal?
It's
It-
a couple seconds.
It wasn't very long. I was looking at some videos of people testing
Oh,
it.
it's not like 30 seconds or something.
No.
Okay.
Even 30 seconds though, that's pretty good. So because if you can drop 2 of like the purpose is like the current meta is you usually put a support with an ADC in bot lane. Well, this champion's kind of based around roaming and picking up the
chimes.
The chimes. So it's like you're gonna be out of lane a lot and like not being able to like zone or help harass.
Yeah, but you left your little health dude.
Little
Yeah.
gifts.
I like
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Uh,
I was thinking like if your carry is running away like almost dead, you like plant that down in front of him they get the health boost. They get
You
some
could
speed.
do that too.
You could do that as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
you still get, no matter what, you get the small health boost and the speed. It's just the health scales over time depending
Okay.
on how long you spend on the map.
Right.
Okay.
From there, we just get crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So something called Magical Journey, which is a fantastic name
I
for
like
a
the
skill.
name a lot. Yeah.
Where it's actually a similar god in Smite that does
Janus.
this. Janus, where it creates a portal. Except for people follow you through, right?
No, only Janus and his teammates can use it.
It's Yanis.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Well, I live in America, so it's Janus. So magical journey.
Magical Journey. I think we're on a magical journey right
Yeah,
now.
we are. Yeah, it
like
just
the-
started off magical.
I like the idea of in a competitive league game, like the pros are like, Magic Journey, Magic Journey, like right now, like do it now.
I just imagine like meeps. We didn't even
the
talk
meeps.
about the meeps.
Throw the meeps.
The beeps.
No, the meeps. Yeah, we should go back to his passive.
Yeah, it's
Beautiful
part of his
creatures.
passive.
They're
yeah.
all head.
I'll
little
just read the description. Meep's presence Bard's presence attracts small spirits known as Meeps to his side. Whenever Bard attacks, a Meep throws itself at the target, dealing extra damage before disappearing back to the spirit world.
Commit suicide.
Wait,
It's like a wisp.
you have to pick up a chime
So
to get a
he
meep?
oh my god, guys! I forgot where this inspiration came from. He's totally Olimar,
Olimar.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
It looks like
Yeah.
Olimar.
and then all the Meeps are basically Pikmin.
So whenever he attacks, he's ranged,
Yes.
and he attacks, and then a little.
As Bard collect more chimes, the Meeps will fall.
Is it a cute
him
thing?
Will grow in number and power. Yeah, it's like they got these like big old like see this little thing right here.
They're just like falling behind.
They're like these little
you. So
yellow
cute.
dudes. I don't think they got arms or anything, but they got big.
It's like they're just
big
like a little
heads.
head.
Pac-Man
They're just a
ghosts.
little head.
with little,
Gotcha.
tiny little legs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we should go back to Traveler's Call. It's a portal.
Magical journey.
Magical. Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's a portal that you can put on a wall, any wall in League except for like the outer ones, and you create a portal that goes through to the other side. So now, and I'm not talking straight like, oh, if it's a short wall, you can do like in bot lane where there's the tri-bush, or the bush that's basically behind the red side turret. You can go back there and do a portal all the way through that wall, or
Wow.
all the way from where you come out from blue buff on bot side, with the basically bot side blue, and through that wall and go all the way into lane. Like
That'd be awesome.
it's like, and I'm not sure if this is staying, but it is. You can make a really far portal, so you can like say they have a ward in bot side brush in the river. You can entirely pass that up. Now they can see it because they can see the portal.
Right.
And they can go through.
can
Your
enemies use
enemies
it?
can use it.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So if the enemy jungler was following you.
So here's what I'm thinking. Since he's a roaming support, what if you're in your jungle, and you make sure your jungler's in there, and you try and bait the enemy to follow you through the portal, and then your jungler's on the other side.
Yep.
You just like whoop him. I think that's going to be. The
Can you
outcome.
close the portal whenever you want?
I think
No,
it closes after. a certain
I
amount
think
of time.
it has a duration. It's a short duration, but it is a duration.
If you go through one way, can you go back out the other way?
it is one way.
Oh, I thought I thought you could go.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
A new trip.
Yeah, like people were testing it. You can only go that one way.
Oh.
And you move faster than your enemies do through the portal. You and allies do.
It's gonna be so. There's gonna be so much trolling going on with this guy for sure.
Well, yeah, that's and then we come to. I mean,
especially with this old.
the old is crazy. So Zonias.
Beautiful.
It's basically like a targeted Zonias in an area.
And it puts players, friendly players, enemy players, and minions in stasis.
And
towers.
And towers. Wow.
And objectives, so you can also put drop it on
Dragon.
So like so the purpose is basically has an incredible range, like massive range.
Ah.
So you could be like I would say like probably around bot side bush, like going towards right down dragon, and you could probably hit mid lane.
Oh wow.
Like I'm not sure of the exact range, but that's what people have been talking
Is this
about.
Awesome.
Is it Naga ult? Pretty much.
No.
No.
You can't turn it off. You can't turn it off and on.
It
you
has
just,
just,
you just land it.
Yeah, it has it's like a targeted stun in a large area,
Mm-hmm.
and so everyone gets in it, cannot take damage. They're all frozen, but you can basically what it do is you can use it for setup. So if like you wander into lane, and you're like, oh, they're a little overextended, snipe them down. It gets you in position to land your Q and to stun them.
Gotcha.
So this is one of the coolest I think the way that the last 3 supports Braum really changed the game in terms of just being beefy up the thing, but this reminds me of Thresh.
Yeah. There's so much utility that comes
Yeah.
with this guy.
Like Thresh has been the contested pick in competitive for so long, that there was honestly nothing else. Like Janna and everything, and there's been some other ones that come through, but like Thresh still has the most utility of any support champion, I think.
Offers so much to the laning phase, the team fight phase, when people are sieging,
Like
picks.
making picks, yeah.
Yeah.
This, like, I'm so excited to see how people will play this guy.
I'm definitely gonna.
Is
play
it
him.
really fast cast too?
Yeah.
It's not like a channel.
No,
thing.
no, it's literally just like
Instant?
Xerath. Have you played Xerath? He was like the energy
no.
dude. He has like the
Zeratul.
Yeah, kinda. Okay, but yeah, it's a lob basically. Like it's a projected skill shot that like lobs. So you can kind of see it coming.
Okay. So you couldn't. Would it be easy to use this as a like, oh, they're engaging and we're not ready. I want to run away.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Or a setup, or like say
Or they're
you're-
running.
Yeah,
and we wanna
or
stop them.
you're roaming around and your mid laner is going on someone, but you know that they're gonna take tower shots. You can just stun the tower or like put the
stun
tower in stasis.
And all the enemy
Oh my
minions.
God.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I didn't even think of that. Okay, so Ohm still in the game, right?
Yeah. I mean, no one uses Ohm-Wrecker, but yeah.
Bard could essentially just be the biggest nightmare for tower
the
diving.
nope,
Yeah.
like yeah.
Yeah, so stasis the tower and everything on it, and then as soon as it gets unstasis, it just use the Ohm on it to shut down the tower from being. Oh, it's gonna be so good. You think? I don't know how you feel. Do you think he's gonna end up being a jungler? You think people are gonna use him in the jungle?
I don't
go.
know if he'd be super great in just jungle. I think he'd just be best running through all the lanes and kind of providing support as you go.
But he has two of the most essential abilities in my mind when it comes to a jungler. He can traverse through a wall and he can heal himself.
Right.
So yeah, people have been trying him out in the jungle. He's slow.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah.
then like clear speed is pretty much why like Lee Sin, Rek'Sai, Jarvan all are considered top tier junglers as clear speed, and he's a pretty healthy jungler in terms of like he can come into lane and have a bunch of health. But yeah, he has slow clear.
Maybe he'd be a different sort of jungler, like
Yeah, I
a
mean-
lane support jungler.
Yeah.
I definitely see him being support, and I would say at lower tiers you could probably play him as jungle if you wanted to, especially with like the variety of like enchants you can get for
Yeah.
the jungle items. Yeah, I think it's really cool. This is designed I think by a new designer. It was Rabid Llama, Rabid Llama.
I don't know who that is.
He's been around for a while, but I think he was like a programmer, and then this is his first champ.
Way to go.
Yeah, way to go on.
Way to
Cool.
knock it out of the park.
He
on your
looks
first-
really cool.
He's
Yep.
super good.
Yeah.
Like his design's
The
awesome.
meeps.
The
The meeps.
meeps.
Yeah, and that's pretty cool.
He looks like he's hitting a cosmic bong in that picture.
Ah,
on
yeah.
your screen. It's pretty ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
So just go ahead and write down 2001. Kyle says cosmic bong.
Yeah, so